I set AI the task of subtitling Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire. Let's find out how it did, or if it was a total AI fail. Hey, I'm Joe, or JSB, and I'm a lifelong Billy Joel fan, and have pretty much known all of the lyrics to We Didn't Start the Fire since the age of 9 when it first hit. Of course, I didn't know what half the things in the song meant at that time, but I knew the words 100%. Now, recently I asked AI to subtitle Toto's Africa, and was honestly a bit disappointed by how well it did, except it did fall down when correctly identifying place names, Kilimanjaro and Serengeti, etc. So I thought that this song, which is almost entirely made up of proper nouns, would be more of a challenge. But let's see if it was up to it, or how hilariously badly it went off-piste. Now, I've pre-generated this video, but I have not yet seen the results, so as you smash that like button, I will take a look. How will it handle the first stanza? Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray, South Pacific, Walter Winchell, Joe DiMaggio. Then, of course, Joe McCarthy, Richard Nixon, Studebaker Television, North Korea, South Korea, Marilyn Monroe. Hey, I won't get that fast the whole time. Anyway, let's see what AI makes of the start of all that. Right from the off, first two words wrong. Well, the first word's right. Harry Shroom, the famous US president, and Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray. So they've got quite a few here right. South Pacific. Now, this is meant to be Walter Winchell, Joe DiMaggio, but it's Porter which showed the magic. A little bit wrong there, a little bit wrong. Okay, the O there is from the Joe DiMaggio from the previous line. John McCart, Richard Nixter, Student Baker Television, or Korea, rather than North Korea. North Korea, South Korea, Marilyn Monroe. Well, that's interesting. They couldn't get North Korea, but it got South Korea and Marilyn Monroe. Well, it should be the catcher in the rye, but we've got the catcher in the right. Whatever the hell that might mean. And I can't think what isn't is going to actually lead into. Oh, of course, because the next bit is Eisenhower vaccine. England's got a new queen. Marciano, good luck with that. Liberace, likewise. Santillana, goodbye. I think the next screen is going to be pretty interesting. Yeah, Eisenhower vaccine. So we've got the vaccine, but it's Howard vaccine. England's got a new queen. Washington, it got Liberace right. So, that's weird. The other bits, not so much. And obviously it can cope with the chorus. Nice and simple. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning, etc. We all know that part, don't we? Joseph Style, he's obviously talking about me here. And melancholy, Nazarene for coffee, Rockefeller, Camp Vanilla, Communist Bloc, Roycon One for All. This is going way off piste here. It was doing pretty well, but yeah, not so much. Then it picks up Tuscanini, Dacron, Dengen Food Falls. That's Denpin Poo Falls. Rock Around the Clock, it gets all right. Einstein, James Dean, Brooklyn's got a winning team. Okay, so for those who maybe haven't listened to the song in a while, do we know what Joseph Stalin Melancholy was all about? Yeah, Joseph Stalin, Malenkov, NASA and Prokofiev, Rockefeller, Campanella, Communist Bloc is what it was supposed to be giving us there. But I do like the idea of a vanilla communist, whatever that might be. And as for Joseph Stalin, well, he ain't got none, as you can tell. All right, next bit. Right, so next up, of course, we should have Davy Crockett, Peter Pan, Elvis Presley, Disneyland. I think it's going to cope with all of that. Then Bardo, Budapest, Alabama, Khrushchev. Maybe not. Princess Grace, Peyton Place, Trouble in the Suez. Let's see if it does better than a friend of mine when I was 9 on that last bit. Yeah, Davy Crockett, Peter Pan, Elvis Presley, Disneyland. I said that it would get that right. Princess Grace, Painting Place. I don't think Princess Grace painted Peyton Place. Trouble in the Sewers. Now that's the friend I mentioned. Remember, we were 9 years old, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a major thing at the time this was out. And he knew I was a Billy Joel fan and thought the new song was so cool because it mentioned turtles in the sewers. I just looked at him like he was an idiot. But even at the age of 9, I was doing that quite often to people. I was a bit precocious, or just a knob, one of the two. Anyway, next little bit, again, a mix of absolutely correct and way off beam. Little Rock, correct. Past the Night, no. Pasternak. Mickey Mantle, correct. Carrot Wax, I think that's Kerouac, isn't it? Sporting it showing like Bridge on the River Kwai. Well, Bridge on the River Kwai, and I'm going to have to double check what sporting it and showing like is meant to be. Ah, of course. Sputnik, show and lie. Yeah, it's all over the place. Lebanon, spot on. Charles de Gaulle, what did we go with there? Shouts to go. California baseball, no problem. Stark weather homicide becomes stop with a homicide. And children of thalidomide is children of the little mine, which sounds like, a nice forgotten children's tale from the 50s, doesn't it? Buddy Holly, Ben Hur, I'm going to give it a pass on that. Space Monkey Mafia, Hula Hoops, Castro, Edsel is a no-go. U2, Sigmund Rhee, Paolo and Kennedy, Chubby Checker, Psycho, Belgians of the Congo. Again, nothing too bad there. We'll give that section more or less a pass. Nothing too hilarious, unfortunately. Lawrence of Arabia, British Beatlemania. Yeah, that should be Lawrence of Arabia, British Beatlemania, not Lawrence Suffer Arabia, British beat Romania, although I'm sure the Brits would have beaten Romania in all manner of things. Blood control is coming up, which should be birth control. Straight after that, we should be hearing Ho Chi Minh, Richard Nixon back again, Moonshot, Woodstock, Watergate, punk rock, Begin, Reagan, Palestine, terror on the airline. I bet it gets that bit right. Ayatollahs in Iran, Russians, and Afghanistan. What do we think it's going to do on this bit? I'm going to say not very. Ho Chi Minh becomes haunting man. Okay. Richard Nixon back again. Would you mixing back again? I thought this was going to go awry. Back again. Have we got? Sorry, we got here punk rock chicken. Punk rock chicken rig. Again, Ayatollahs in Iran. Iron told us in the red, but it got Russians in Afghanistan right. Okay. Rock and roller cola wars, I can't take it anymore. We didn't start the fire. So Billy can't take any more, and I'm sure you can't either. I certainly can't. But it was an interesting experiment. I hope you agree. So there we have it. Of course, due to copyright, I wasn't able to leave in much of the music, if any, but I'm guessing you know the song pretty well already, so hopefully that didn't detract. And I guess the AI didn't do too badly overall, but there were some right howlers in there, which of course is what I was hoping for. Now, if there's another famous song you'd like to see me give the AI treatment, drop a comment below and I might see what it can conjure up for you. Meanwhile, if you want to see where it went wrong with Africa, well, you can head to one side of my head. Well, on the other side, there's a load more Billy related stuff for you to check out. So either way, I would just say thank you for watching and bye for now, but not for long.
Acting is reacting. This does not mean acting again.